What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Cassidy and this is my planted paradise. So for today's video, I thought I would go ahead and show you guys all of the plants that I have acquired over the past few weeks. I'm not really sure about how long it's been. So I'm not really sure exactly how long it's been, but I know it's been at least a couple weeks. And I've gotten quite a few new plants, but I will say I think the vast majority of them I actually traded for. I didn't purchase. I traded locally with other plant lovers that live near me, so that is a good thing. I'm glad I wasn't just spending willy-nilly. Now looking back, I was trading for most of these plants. So without further ado, my cat just got on the grow tent. Let's just go ahead and get started. First, let's start with an easy one. So the first plant I've gotten recently, I found this hanging basket of Hoya Carnosa Compacta. I found this at Lowe's and I paid $19.98, if that will focus. Probably not. So about $20 for this huge full basket of Hoya Carnosa Compacta. I was super excited when I found it. So this weekend I actually ended up finding 3 of these hanging baskets. So I did pick up 2 of them, but only this one for me. The other one was for my friend Kelsey. And then I posted the other one on a local Facebook page, one of the plant groups, and someone went and snagged it, and I felt really excited because she was saying she had been looking for one for so long, so I was so happy she was able to get it. But yeah, I did get this one. I actually killed my small little Carnosa Compacta because I honestly was just neglecting it, so I didn't actually have one in my collection anymore. So I'm super glad and excited to have found this guy. It seems extremely healthy and has so much new growth on it, just all around. It's everywhere, and yeah, I'm really excited to have found this guy and have him back in my collection. The next plant I got is this. This is a Sissy Quadrangularis, I believe. So I found this guy randomly. I was looking through all of the different greenhouses at the greenhouse in Norman, which is a plant shop nursery in Norman, and I found this guy randomly in mixed in with all the outdoor plants, and I think there was just 2 of them, and I just could not pass it up. I love these stalks on it, the way that they look. It really reminds me of like a Rupsalis type, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just so excited to have found this guy. He's so weird and cool. I like his little leaves he puts out, and yeah, I have him living outside with my cacti and succulents, and he looks to be pretty happy. He's got lots of new growth coming in, and yeah, I just think he's so cool and so weird. I don't know, I just really love this guy, so I was super excited when I found it, and yeah, had to get it. So this is the Sissy Quadrangularis. Okay, so these next plants, these are a couple of Hoyas that I traded with a local plant friend, and I'm really excited about them. This guy looks like, I don't know if I did this. I definitely could have. I was dropping things in my grow tent, or if he came like this. But anyways, this first guy, this is, I think it is the Hoya Morillii round form. And just look at those leaves. I really, really like them. I like how large and succulent they are, and just, I don't know, he's just so cute. He's just got this one little tendril that's sticking straight up and those 2 leaves at the bottom. But yeah, I'm really excited to grow him out and see what it looks like once it's a big full Hoya for me. But yeah, I don't have too much to say because I haven't had him very long, but I am excited to get this guy growing. So yeah, that is the Hoya Morillii round form. This next plant I traded with that same plant friend, and this is the Hoya Forbesii, I believe. Look at those veins. It's like, it looks like a dinosaur scale or something. I don't know. It's just, I really like it. I'm really excited to see this guy grow. He already had some water roots, so I just went ahead and popped it into pon to see how it would like it. It seems to be doing good so far, and then it does have there at the top, you can see 2 little new growth nubbins, so I do hope he will start growing for me here soon. I just can't. Just imagine a full plant of that, and like how prehistoric and just like, I don't know. It looks like a dragon's scale or a dinosaur skin or something to me. I really like it. I really like the shape and look of this leaf, so I don't know. I can't wait to see what it looks like once it grows up a little bit. So that is the Hoya Forbesii. The next plant is another plant that I purchased. So the other day I got all of my heartleaf philodendrons together. I needed to care for them all, water them, prune them, and repot a couple of them. And once I did that, I got this inkling, this feeling that I needed to collect all of the rest of the heartleaf philodendron variations. So that's what I've set out to do. And while I was out and about, I found this little guy at a Home Depot. Now this was actually inside a hanging basket of Brazil, but this single strand has the variegation or variation, I don't know what you would call it, maybe just a variation in pattern in the Brazil that they call the carnival pattern. So I believe it's characterized by that silvery green inside the middle, where usually it would just be plain neon. So it goes like dark green to neon to this silvery green hue. And I believe that is what classifies it as like the carnival sport. I don't know. It's really pretty. And what was crazy about it is I had just learned about this on Facebook the day prior. And I was like, I wonder if any of my Brazils that I have that variation in their leaves, and I looked and none of them did. And so yeah, it was the very next day I was at a Home Depot and I found this single strand in a hanging basket of Brazil. So I did technically buy the hanging basket just for this one strand, but it was like $15, and you know me and how much I love my heartleaf philodendrons, so I can never have enough. So yeah, I was still really happy to grab it. This is my favorite leaf that it has. I just love the striping in it so much. But yeah, I don't know. And I believe this is a named like variation because it is stable. Like if one of the plants mutate one of the strands and it comes out with this coloring, it is stable. As you can see, all of the leaves are pushing it that are on this strand. They're all doing like dark green to neon to this silvery color. So it is a stable variation in the pattern. So yeah, you might just want to call it a Philodendron Brazil, and that's fine, but it is the Philodendron Brazil Carnival. So continuing on with my story about how I decided I needed to collect all of the heartleaf philodendron variations, I did a trade for this guy, and this is what I believe is a silver stripe. Now I get the silver stripe Cream Splash. I've heard maybe those are the same, but Silver Stripe, Cream Splash, and Rio. Confused. So if I'm naming this wrong, please let me know, but I think this is a Silver Stripe. So I did do a local trade to get this guy. I traded 3 different Hoya cuttings that were rooted. So yeah, I was really excited. It's so pretty. It's just like, look at that variation. I really want to do a video, or at least make like some type of montage, even just for Instagram, with all the different variations that like a Brazil can have, and just like how different leaves can look, because it's crazy. Like, look at that leaf right there. And then hold on, I can hold up the Carnival and you'll see they're definitely different. This one, the Silver Stripe, is more silvery white cream, and this is more, the Carnival is more like a neon green hue to it. I don't know. I love them both. Okay, let's do those 2 leaves. See how the coloring is just different? I love them. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. But yeah, I just cannot wait to grow this guy out some more, and just also continue to collect all the different variations. So I think this is Silver Stripe, so I would also like to get a Rio and maybe a Gabby. But the thing about the Gabby is I'm not going to pay the absolutely outrageous pricing for it that's been going around. So yeah, we're not doing that. But I really love the leaves on this Silver Stripe. I think they're just so striking. And yeah, I don't know. I don't have too much else to say besides I really love it. And I'm really excited, and now I want to collect. Gotta catch them all, you know. Okay, these next 4 all came from the same trade. I did another local trade for all 4 of these, and I had traded a rooted Thai constellation cutting. So let's start with this guy. This is, hold on, I'm gonna have to read it or I'll mess it up. This is the Hoya species PNG 439. So here is this guy. These leaves can get so big. Let me find, yeah, this one right here. Look how big that leaf is. Just like compare that. It's like the size of my face. So yeah, this is the Hoya PNG, species PNG 439. I think this spot was already there when I got it. Honestly, I can't remember. I think it was though, and it hasn't progressed and none of the other leaves have it, so I'm not really worried about it. But anyways, I'm so excited to have this guy. And also, if you look, something funny about it, it has these like, this double mutant leaf right there, and there's actually another one if I can find it. I thought there was. Oh yeah, it's kind of hard to see. It's down in here. See that little nubbin up there? There's another one that has kind of an extra little growth, but this guy actually had a few more leaves than this, but I did take cuttings of it when I did my trade for some of the other Hoyas, so it was actually bigger than this, but still I'm super happy with it. I love the size of these leaves. They're just huge and so pretty. I love the veins of them, and I'm making a mess and I just vacuumed twice actually. So anyways, that is the Hoya PNG 439. Okay, this next guy, you probably could have seen him sneaking out in the background. This was from that same trade for the Thai constellation. This is the Hoya glabra or glabra Alex. Now, he's really tall. I think I'm going to trellis it differently somehow, because this single bamboo stake is just so wobbly and scary. But yeah, this guy is so large. It's so crazy. I really, really like it. Look at some of the leaves have good amounts of splash on them, and they're pretty large, honestly. Like, compare that to my face. They're pretty big leaves, and it looks like a fairly prolific grower, I would say. Like, this whole thing right here, this is just another tendril. It's just shot off. It just goes all the way up and around and over here. So yeah, I don't know, he's pretty crazy. Again, I don't have too terribly much I can say about this because I haven't had it that long yet, but I am so excited that I got it. And it's seriously so big. Like, it's as tall as I am sitting here, basically, if that bamboo stake would stand up. Oh, I've got to figure something else out. It's just not gonna work. Not stable enough. I did just repot it though, and it was completely root bound in this teeny tiny little pot. I was shocked at the amount of roots it had, so I am happy that I got it repotted. But yeah, I don't have too much to say, like I said, but that is the Hoya glabra or glabra alex. Okay, so thought he was gonna fall. The next couple are little Hoya cuttings. So this first one is a Hoya Joel Splash. I just love how this is going. Well, it's starting to root. That's a good sign, I guess, if it will even focus. Anyways, this first cutting, this is the Hoya Joel Splash. Now, I saw the mother plant that this came off of, and it was stunning. It had so much more splash on it, and the leaves got huge and just beautiful. So I'm so excited. You know me and the nice succulent Hoya leaves, I just love them. They're so thick. These are even just kind of not flimsy, but they definitely have more give to them right now since it is just a cutting that's just starting to root. But I'm so excited to grow this guy out. I think it's going to be so pretty when it is a nice full plant. But yeah, I mean, it's rooting fairly quickly. I've only had this maybe a couple weeks and it's already starting to put out roots, so that is a good sign. I'm just gonna shove it back in this substrate really quick. I have it rooting in my DIY pond mixture, which is what I have a vast majority of my Hoyas in. Not all of them, obviously, but a lot. Okay, we got him potted back up. I'm not gonna tilt him too much so he doesn't come out again, but that is the Hoya Joel Splash. Okay, and the last little cutting from this same trade, this is the Hoya species Dr. Ibok or Ebok. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but here he is. Look how pretty that is. The sun stressing is just to die for. I love it so much. Again, it's got nice thick succulent leaves. And look at those bright green veins inside all the red. Is that not just stunning? I love it so much. I'm pretty sure this guy, yeah, if I give it a little tug, it's not coming out. So this guy is rooted even more than the Joel Splash has so far. And yeah, I don't know. I also saw the mother plant of this guy, and it is so beautiful and stunning. There's just nothing better than a big, nice, full Hoya plant. But I also love the teeny, like, small Hoyas. I think they're cute too. I just love the experience. But anyways, that's the Hoya Dr. Ibok or Ebok. I love him. Okay, so we are on the last plant, and I'm so super excited about this guy. This was just a random, it was actually when I was going to pick up my silver stripe trade. We were meeting at a big box store, And so I decided I was gonna go ahead and just run in and look and stuff. So I was just looking around, and behold, in the middle of a sea of like 3 gallon or 1 gallon, I don't know how big they were really, Monsteras, I see just this small tiny bit of splash, and I have no idea how I caught it in like just a glimpse. Seriously, I just was like looking and it was in the middle. I climbed over like 3 big gallon size Monsteras to grab this guy, and I grabbed him out, and it is a sport variegated Monstera. Now, I don't want to overhype you guys. This is not, I've seen some really beautiful, like tons of splash, tons of variegation on sport variegated Monsteras. This is not that, but I'm still really excited because I've never found one before, and it has some promising signs, so maybe I can get that variegation to come out a little bit more. But let me first show you. So the plant was, it was 2 Monsteras. One is this one that has the sport variegation, and the other one was just a solid green Monstera. So I separated that one out, and then I got the sport variegated Monstera and I chopped it into 3 pieces. So here is the top cutting. Now you're probably looking at it like, where's the variegation? But this, I kid you not, right here, that is what I saw in the sea of Monstera, and that is how this guy caught my eye. Just that, right there. So I saw that and I was like, oh my gosh, is it? Could it be? And so I climbed over them all, grabbed him out, and upon further inspection, I then saw this leaf. Now this guy has a little bit more of that splashy variegation on him, and then also if you turn him around, you can see it on the back of the leaf as well. So there's that guy, and then the last cutting that I have of it, you can just barely see it, but I promise it's there. I don't know how well you can see it on camera. It's right in here that there, I can hear my dogs barking, that there is some variegation. I think you might be able to see it. Just trust me, it's there. I can see it. But anyways, so no, it's not crazily variegated, and I'm not gonna claim that it is. And I did notice a pattern with it, that it would push out a leaf that has some variegation, and then the next leaf would just be green, no variegation on it. That's just damage to the leaf. So, and then the next one would have some variegation, and then the next leaf would be solid green, then variegation again, and then this leaf, you can't even really see it, but I don't see any variegation on it, so solid green. This was already like this from the store. So I decided I needed to chop it up and see if I could break that cycle of skipping every other leaf, and see if I could get it to push more variegation for me. So that is what I did. I have it chopped in 3 pieces. Really, I would like to take off this top leaf, especially since it looks like this and it doesn't have variegation on it. But there's no like spacing between the nodes of the plant, so I couldn't chop it just yet. So I've just left it. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but this is a root right here, so it is starting to root for me. And yeah, so that was the top cutting. Again, it doesn't have a ton of variegation, but the reason I am more excited about it, and I do think, I do think it might be able to have more variegation brought out in it, is because if you look carefully in the veins, you can see this striping of variegation in the veins. And then if you flip this big leaf, you can see this stripe all down the petiole, and that is not from the camera. There's another one right there. They're in there. There's stripes all down the petiole, which shows me and tells me that there is variegation in this plant. So I am really excited about it. I know it's not anything crazy yet. It is my first time finding a sport variegated Monstera, but I do have hope because I see the variegation on the stem and the petiole and in the veining. So yeah, I'm hoping I can bring it out more and make it more consistent. Seriously though, can we just look at this one more time? I'm seriously just even happy with this, honestly. It's so pretty. But the good thing also about this and why I wasn't afraid to cut it is because there is a new growth point right there already. There's another one. It's kind of buried inside this leaf still, but right there, there's another growth point. And then the same thing with the bottom. You can see that growth point. It's kind of damaged, and I saw a fungus gnat fly out. But then also, let me get this dirt out of here. But then also, if you look inside that leaf, let's see, right there is another growth point. So yeah, I know it's not the craziest thing you've ever seen or the most variegated sport variegated Monstera you've ever seen, but I'm super excited about it to see what I can do with it and what I can make happen. And it was only $16. So, you know, it was worth the gamble for me. But anyways, yeah, that is the last new plant I have gotten recently. Like I said, I did trade for, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 plants. So I only bought 4 out of 11 and traded for the other 7. So that's pretty good in my opinion. But yeah, anyways guys, that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a like. And make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you don't miss any future videos by me. I am really excited. I do have an import order that should be here this week, so I'm going to open that up for you guys on camera. And yeah, besides that, that is everything. So I really hope to see you guys in my next video. Make sure to leave comments with your video ideas and suggestions down below. And yeah, I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.